Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video probably. This is a 2004 or 5 Lexus LS430 instrument cluster. It's coming from Florida. Jim, this is your cluster. I have it connected here on the bench right now. Let me just show you that. And it has 134,080 miles. As you see, it's powered up. But his concerns, let me just get them in the screen so we get to see those properly. I always take a picture and create a folder for each customer that sends something to repair here. So let me actually get the camera going on my iPad. Give me 1 second when that gets into my screen because I cannot see it. Now I can see what you guys are seeing. So, so this is a picture, so you can see that it is indeed the same instrument cluster. It says the unit went blank about 2 weeks ago. I disconnected power and unit worked okay for another week. This week the unit went out again. Power was disconnected and unit works fine until you turn the car off. Disconnect the power and unit will work fine while driving. Turning the car off and unit will not come again until power is reset. And that is a very common failure internally in these clusters. Very common problem. I have pretty much all parts in stock, and I always do a test just to make sure that we can duplicate that. So right now, as you see, it's working good. If I turn the power off as far as ignition and I try to power it back on, like if I do it instantly, it works. And we can see that. You see it went. But if we wait for like 15 seconds, so 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippis, 3 Mississippis. That's about 15 to 20 seconds, 20 seconds of waiting. Let's power it back on. And nothing happens. Hopefully you can see, maybe this is out of the view. But yeah, so what I've been doing is just powering the ignition. So I have terminal 30, which is constant battery, and then ignition. So right now, I don't care how often I do that. I can power the ignition back and forth, and the cluster doesn't power up. But if I turn everything out, like you disconnect the battery on the car, right? This is terminal 30, the upper switch. And that can be that immediately. I power it back on, and voila, the cluster comes back to life. So if we do, again, a quick turn on and off, the cluster powers off. But if, let's say, this, I mean, why would you turn your car off for 3 seconds? That's not how it works, right? So if you turn your car off, so you're going to do some, errands or whatever, and then when you come back, you try, you start your car, and now you got no gauges. And this is exactly what happens. So let's count again, another 15 seconds. And we do it again. We have the ignition, both switches on. Nothing happens. We kill the power and turn it back on immediately, and the cluster comes back to life. So yep, this is definitely a problem in the cluster, no doubt about it, Jim. And I have all parts in stock. So I have duplicated your concern, which is my main goal. Always I do this because I want to make sure that I can show you then when I repair it that the cluster is now fully operational, and that is indeed the same cluster as well, right? So we have the 134,080 miles that has to stay the same. So let me do the repairs. If you want to see something more in depth, I'm going to put in the description of this video a link to the video that I did where I take it completely apart and I show the voltages. I don't do more on that because this is a high voltage instrument cluster. Even though it's not really that much amperage in there, I don't recommend to touch it because you can either burn the computer or you can harm yourself. So that's why I leave that to the professionals like myself. And let's fix this cluster. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys? All right, guys, I finished the repairs on the instrument cluster. Let's connect it back and or power up and see how it reacts. You can see now it's nice and shiny, clean, looking like brand new. Let me get this in here. So battery and then ignition. All right, so needles find its position. And let's, all right, that is perfect. Let's power up. So let's count 15 seconds as we did before. So all right, and power it back on. And voila. So this is exactly the test. So now, Jim, sorry, your cluster is completely fully repaired. I actually have sent you the link for payment. It will be coming from Clover TD Bank, Mike Salazar Diagnostics, to your email. I will contact you shortly about that. But yeah, your cluster is ready. Hopefully, I can get it packed up and sent today your way with the postman. It hasn't come, so it's perfect timing. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you like the content. This is just short videos that I do for customers, but this is a nice experience, the same experience you will receive if you send anything to be repaired here in Mike Salazar Diagnostics. Please, if you're here in the channel, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.